So today has been a bit of a weird day for very late September. Wonderfully blue, sunny skies, which, as everyone knows, is horrible for landscape photography. There's just too much light, it flattens out the whole landscape and it looks terrible. So I've been struggling to think of where to go. But then I remembered that the mountain range at sunset gets this wonderful golden light casting deep contrasty shadows, and so I decided to come up on this trail and try and find some details of the mountains that with this golden light contrasting with the deep shadows. And I'm going to really zoom in and focus in on these shapes and textures and the light. And who knows, maybe there will be a panorama if the colours come with the sunset. I could do a panorama anyway, but I feel like it will really need something in the sky to really make it stand out. So I'm going to focus on the golden light casting shapes, colours, contrast onto the mountain landscape. That's the goal. So let's get started. So this is another shot where I really wanted the shadows in play. Can't believe it, I've come all this way. It's basically this ridgeline on the mountain that just is at the right position to have this wonderful dark deep shadow in a bowl shape on the mountainside. So I threw on my 4-stop soft grad, just to bring in the highlights of the clouds, and give it a bit more interest. To just reposition it slightly, a bit more over to the left hand side. I'll shoot what I can, but I can't believe it. It's been clear skies all day. I have to see how it turns out. So this composition's quite similar to the last one. It's another ridgeline that would get some beautiful light catching about now if it was clear, and it would have a wonderful deep shadow on one side. Again, I think I'm going to crop this one square in post, to be honest. There's a bit too much sky, a bit too much blank area, so I'll probably end up cropping it. If the light was a bit more golden and less diffused, this would be beautiful in colour, but it's not working out that way right now, unfortunately. But we've got a few hours left, so maybe the sun will come out. It's about an hour until the end of until the sunset, so I'm definitely going to stick around for a while, just wait and hope that the sun burns through. And the settings for this shot are f13 ISO 100 1/6 of a second with a 2-second timer, and I'm happy with it, to be honest. I'm happy with the composition, I'm just not happy with the light. Well, I've been waiting to see if the light develops at all. I've been just doing some experiments with some abstract photos. So the clouds that are not meant to be there, well, I say that, but they probably were, I just didn't pay attention. Anyway, the clouds that are there, they've got this wonderful pattern interacting with the light, so I was photographing that. I was also doing ICM, it's just something to relax with, have a go, see what turns out. I quite like to use ICM in photography to limber up a bit, to detach myself from the tripod just to have fun with it. It's just something different, and the whole point of ICM is to focus on patterns, contrast, colours and that sort of thing, but to put the landscape in an abstract way, because if it was just a static image, it wouldn't be anywhere near as powerful as just this blend of contrast and colours. So that's why I was using ICM, because it's quite a diffused light. It's not the light that I was hoping for. And if any of those turn out, I'll put them up now with their settings like I did on my last video, with the camera settings for the images that turned out, because I'm not sure. I took quite a few as I'm playing around with the movement, I'm playing around with settings, I'm playing around with the subject, so I don't know if any will turn out. I hope some will do, that I like some of them, especially the colours of the landscape, the greens, the blues, with the light as well. So we'll just have to wait and see until I can process those. I don't know if any have turned out. This sped up footage is the shooting of the Panorama. I've done it without the colours in the sky, just as a test shot, test of how I'm going to do it if the colours come. If I like it, once it's blended together, I'll put it up. So for all of these shots that I'm taking, it's the same settings. ISO 100 f11 1 second exposure, and I'm shooting across the landscape, and by the end there'll be 11 images that I'm going to blend together in Photoshop. I hope they turn out well. It's got a wonderful colour, the foreground, to this sort of orange colour. The mountain shapes are good. The only problem is the sky is a bit flat. Sun's still going down, but I don't think there's going to be much colour in the sky. I'll be happily proven wrong. Don't think I'm being a pessimist, but it just doesn't feel like the right conditions for it. So, what have I been up to? I did that Panorama. I've done quite a lot of ICM, and I think I might do a video dedicated to ICM at some point in the future, talking about different techniques, styles, what can be used for. I think there's going to be quite a few pictures that I quite like. I'll put up a couple now, but there's so many that I took today. I took quite a lot, and the great thing about ICM is each image is different, because you can't replicate the movement in the exact same way. So it was a lot of fun, I must admit, and you need to have some fun. That's why we go out and take photos, isn't it? It's to have fun. So I'll just talk through what I was doing a little bit. Obviously I needed a slower shutter speed, so because I don't need depth of field or anything like that, I increased my aperture quite high, and that meant that I could drop my shutter speed quite low, so that with the movement of the camera it captures the movement and the movement of light as well. So around here obviously there's the mountains, so I was mainly focusing on the mountains and their shapes and the sky, and I did lateral movements, and then I started doing jiggly movements. I did loads of different stuff, and I'm not sure which ones are going to look the best, but as with a lot of photography, it was about the colour, contrast, texture of the landscape, and trying to create something that is quite flat because of this diffused light, trying to make something more interesting by adding an element of movement, and to really detach from the shapes of the landscape and the flat light, and focus in on the colour and contrast. That's sort of what I was aiming for. Let me know if you enjoy abstract ICM photography in the comments below. I do enjoy it myself. It's not to everyone's taste though. There's a lot of people that are very die-hard landscapers, and I respect that. I'm you know, photography is all about having our own styles. But I enjoy abstract photography as much as I enjoy abstract art, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So, no sunset colours. It was a bit of a gamble today, to be honest. With the clear sky, I wasn't really expecting much of a sunset. There's some light orange streaks over towards the west, but nowhere near where I am. And what the hell is that bird? Is that a goose? Anyway, there's some orange streaks over in the west, but there, as you can see behind me, there's nothing above it. Just blue, just some light blue clouds, which is a little bit annoying, but it happens. I came out, I was struggling to think of where to go. It was a blue sky day. I thought maybe this would work with some strong light. And I get here and there's no strong light because clouds have developed for the evening. You know, you can't always predict stuff, so oh well, it didn't go to plan, but I had fun. I had a lot of fun doing ICM. I did loads of shots, probably maybe 50, 100, something like that, and I'm looking forward to processing them, picking the ones that I like the most. I'll include a few in the video, but there's going to be way too many to include all of them. So I will put a link below to my website with a few more examples than what has been featured here, as well as the ones that have been featured here. I do that for all my videos. There's always a link so that you can check out the images in your own time if you want to. But I'm happy I came out. I had a lot of fun. You know, it was good to just relax, not think about it, and adapt when the light didn't develop the way that I wanted to. That was a good feeling. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I always say that. I can't help that, sorry. I do react to the weather conditions quite a lot. I think I'll go up to the coast at some point this week because I love going up to the coast, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, about the coast. But if we get some more good weather, I don't think there will be. I think there's a storm coming in again, but if there's some more good weather, I'll be coming out and doing some longer walks in the mountains, something like that. I'm not really sure. We'll just see how the weather goes. Anyway, let's wrap this up as the light's gonna go. Thank you very much for watching this far. If you have, I know that I sort of ramble on and I don't maybe I make these a bit too long, so watching till the end is very much appreciated. If you can give it a like as well, that would be amazing, and it really helps my channel. So thank you very much for sticking around. If you have stuck around and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I know that everyone asks you to subscribe. It really does help us out. It shows that what we're doing is good. If you have any comments on what I'm doing, then definitely comment below. I do answer pretty much every comment I get. I do try to, at least. But yeah, I'm enjoying making the videos, and I'm gonna keep doing it for the time being. It's getting a bit chilly. So thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you on the next one.